Alright folks, welcome back to another Discord League match. We have the last top 16 match between Bill and Wydwen. So Bill has had to go through two other Scorpion players, and so he's at his final leg where he will actually face a non-Scorpion opponent next round. So hopefully he can pull it through. And then we have Season 2 champion Wydwen versus him. And I am joined by Season 1 champion Luke on the co-cast.
Hello, hello.
And so, just taking a quick look at the lists here. So, Bill's running pretty standard Lion. His main difference is he's running a ton of send home effects. He has 6 total send home effects with 2 routes, 2 strengthen numbers, and 2 Master of the Spear. But other than that, it's a pretty standard Lion Dragon list.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe you see some choices in the province lineup that are slightly different from what others run. I think maybe there's a 50-50 split between Pilgrimage and Shameful Display, where we see Bill running Pilgrimage in his list, and Before the Throne instead of Manicured Gardens or a different area
Yeah,
province.
Pilgrimage will definitely help him a ton in this matchup. It can definitely stunt some of the just poke attacks the Scorpion likes to do.
Yeah, I agree. I think that being able to shut down a conflict that isn't a commitment is a big bonus in the Scorpion matchup because they don't like to commit much until they're ready to win.
Yeah, and then taking a look at Wydwen's list here, we have. Alright, so sorry guys, I'm not talking that loud, and two, let me go ahead and adjust some settings. How's this? Alright, so taking a look at Wydwen's list here, we have. Ugh. Alright, taking a look at Wydwen's list here, we have a very interesting list here. He's foregone. Huh, interesting. My mic is very quiet. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. I figured it out. Alright, well, that's probably why my mic is messed up. Is this better, guys? Does that sound different to you?
Sounds clearer and louder to me.
Alright, yeah, that's reasonable. There's some weird setting on my mic that changes how it comes out. That's probably what happened. Alright, so we have Wydwen here playing a really weird list. Yeah, I did turn Luke down. He's too loud. I agree. So we have 3 Fate Worse Than Death, 2 ambushes out of Wydwen. Ambush is going to be really important here. 2 Censure, 2 Censure and 3 Fawning Diplomat to help him control the favor. And then only 6 conflict characters, being 2 Adepts, 2 Magistrates, 2 Meeks. He has 3 Ornate Fans and 3 Way of the Scorpion. It's a pretty... It's... I don't know. Scorpion lists don't vary that much, but this is a little bit different.
Right, you seem a little lower on charge, adding those ambushes in instead, which can be used in political conflicts, and they also combo well with the Fawning Diplomat to turn on the Censure. We see him running the Censure instead of Policy Debate, so 5 cancels and 2 reveals through Meek Informant.
Alright, so I've given the players the go-ahead, and we're going to just jump right into it. Luke can't be silenced.
So I think the tempo of this game is going to be determined pretty early on, based on what flops we see and who has first player, as we often see with Lion. So I guess
So
we'll just be on the lookout for that.
Lion got first player, and then we're going to see hashtag Lion High Roll. Yeah, it feels... Well, so... Waloon, it doesn't really matter how the Scorpion deck is built. Like, it just depends on what avenue they want to press. Scorpion pretty much can just press either avenue of either Dishonor or Honor. Or, I mean, Conquest. Usually they're on Conquest until the other player does something that just makes dishonoring them easier.
It is notable that Bill is on 0 Prodigy.
Yeah, Coma Prodigy is really important in this matchup. If we see double Brawler, Berserker, Gunso, this is a really strong flop from Bill.
I think you play, what, 1 Brawler, 1 Berserker. You play the Brawler off of the province that you don't want to be attacked.
Yeah. So probably if one of them's sitting on Feast or Famine, that would be ideal with this Yunako 2 Fate. Really surprising that I guess Wydwen's going to approach this by actually playing his strong military characters. He doesn't really have the ability to just pass. Maybe in his opening hand he didn't have Fate Worse Than Death, and he doesn't... Actually, wait. With the passing Fate and the potential of hitting a Void Province, he can actually Fate Worse Than Death the Brawler, potentially.
Pilgrimage under the palace is great for Wydwen, although Lion usually has a lot of gas, especially when Scorpion doesn't have a courtier in play.
This would be really unfortunate for Bill if Wydwen or if Wydwen drew Fate Worse Than Death, because this would just have given him the 4th Fate he needed.
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons why having this palace on the pilgrimage is potentially problematic, and it's 100% luck its first turn flips.
Yep. So we do see a defense here. This might signify to me that he doesn't have Fate Worse Than Death, because if he did, he just Fate Worse Than Death the Brawler, and then the Berserker by itself has a hard time breaking the palace.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, switching to Lion's Pride Brawler means it's going to take a card to bow Unico.
Yeah. But should he be able to, he will potentially secure a break. Obviously, Wydwen has 9 cards, but a lot of those normal cards are turned off with no courtier in the conflict or in play right now.
Right, the only way to get a courtier in play from this position is to ambush the Hiroe, because Scorpion don't have courtiers other than Kachiko in their conflict deck.
Yes, which is good. Thank God they don't. That would be so dumb. A courtier conflict character.
Bill probably just making sure that his line works. I'm imagining he has something to play.
Yeah, he has 6 military buffs. Or sorry, 9 military buffs. He's got 3 katanas, 3 bonsais, and 3 Wave of the Lions. Oh, we see a charge. I think he's gonna set up for Greater Glory here.
This looks like a lot like a For Greater Glory, and it's a pretty savage one.
I mean, if he For Greater Glory is this, it's really strong. We see Wydwen not on Mono no Aware, which is a really strong counter to this strategy. Wydwen passes. This could be bad. Like he doesn't have a courtier for his edict.
He still needs 1 strength to actually get a ring effect.
Well, he just
and
needs...
we see the bonsai. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you bonsai one on each brawler, maybe? Oh yeah, he says split, okay.
Yeah, this is a downside of Jigoku right now. If there are 2 characters of the same name, you can't really see easily what is being targeted just using the text log.
Gertie, he can't have edict. He doesn't have a... He can have edict all he wants. He doesn't have a courtier to play it. I know everyone is... Oh, but we see a bonsai from Wydwen on Yunako.
That is 1 of 3 military buffs in his deck used.
Does Bill have... So Yunako's at 8. Does Bill have... Both brawlers are at 5? That's really awkward. You need a Way of the Lion. Way of the Lion puts you to exactly 8. We see... It has to be something that doesn't cost Fate. Because he needs the 1 remaining Fate to play for Greater Glory. We see Wave of the Lion. Okay. These military numbers... This is Lion at its best here. We see these militaries just going out of control.
Yeah, this is an incredibly intense first conflict for a game. 17-8 on a 7 strength pilgrimage.
If Bill does Forget Glory, it does turn off. It does turn off, what's it called? Feast or Famine.
And Wydwen confirming that the no fate one got the way of the lion, which is an important clarification because that is the correct target to avoid getting hosed by a fate worse than death.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, Chris. But I do know that the Fated Brawler was swapped by Yunako.
The what is it called? Unico flips the printed or base. Oh yeah, I don't know. That's a very interesting question.
I don't know how Yunako interacts with.
I think it's an ongoing modifier.
Let's see. McGoodington says it does. They're both base. I'm not 100% sure.
At that point, it's order of operations that matters, I think.
Yeah. So if I wave the line when I have 3, I still get 3. But then if you swap me, it doesn't change. But if you swap first and then I do it. Oh, so Bill breaks. Wow.
Yeah, I think that's right. Just because a fate worse than death on that no fate brawler is, I think, neutral.
Well, if he had it, I think he
Bill.
would have played it on the Fated Brawler just to save this from happening.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he would have just done it. He would have done it after the Wave of the Lion.
Yeah, if he does it on the fated brawler though, he then bows Unico with the 8 strength brawler that remains in the conflict and secures the break that way.
That's true. Yeah. I guess he just didn't have a Fury or didn't want to play it in that spot. Obviously.
Oh, I think he just doesn't have a Fury. I mean, you use the Fury there.
We see both players rapidly passing through their turn, passing all the other conflicts. So that was like an ideal Lion first turn, where you want to basically break military once per turn. And now we see Implacable Magistrate double Keeper. Very strong flop from Bill here. The Spirit Caller is not good right now, and we do see a strong flop from Wydwen too. He has Heroi with a Heroi dupe, and he has an Illusionist to remove the Dishonor status should he use a card to do so. This is where we see going first being an advantage. I think Lion and Crane are currently the 2 clans that suffer the least from going first. While I do think going second is generally still better, I think those 2 clans have the ability to really set the tempo by going first.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when there are fewer characters in play like you see at the beginning of the game or at any stage in the game where the board resets.
Especially with Challenger and the Brawler that basically can dictate basically what your opponent can do in conflicts. Yeah, I agree with Tenor. I see a political water attack here coming. Political water is probably realistic.
Yeah, political water is a good route to try to bow both.
One thing to note, Wydwen does this he did this last cup. I assume he'll do it the same. Wydwen will put Meditations of the Tao onto his stronghold and put Rally to the Cause into his row.
Just to try to gain tempo, I suppose, in the mid-game.
Yeah, Wydwen definitely tries to win this game via conquest.
Well, Bill is going to get a super, or potentially...
Wow.
Potentially get a Savage Feast or Famine hit.
If he has a fan to put on Heroi here, I would just do so. I would do so very, very quickly. I would force my opponent to Fury their own character for a fan. Moves the no-fated Brawler in because it's watering. Really annoying interaction for people who are playing against Feast or Famine. The resolution of Feast or Famine happens before... So we see a Fury, but then we see an Edict. Oh! Interesting. Heroi is not able to break now. Maybe he doesn't care. I don't know. Oh, court games. Okay, that makes sense. So Feast or Famine will resolve before the ring effect. So if this does break, Bill can put 3 fate onto his no fated Brawler and save her from the water ring. I found that interaction out the hard way.
See the second Fury?
Yeah, I think it's in Bill's best interest to just win this conflict. Also, just because while you do lose the ability to use one of your brawlers, you have the second one. Okay, so Bill does not want to hit Rally to the cause. Rally would be a pretty large blowout. Because of the dash on the Matsu Berserker. Hit Seeker Cache, while unfortunate, is you know, it's gonna force Wydwen to play cards to stop this conflict. We do see a firing contest, and we do see double keeper in the row.
Yeah, and Centure's offline, and we saw an edict already, so we're back in probably closer to 50-50 realm as far as whether he's holding another one. So we can probably resolve some events this attack.
Bill does have a copy of Ageless Crone in his deck. Ageless Crone could really throw a wrench into Wydwen's plans if he wants to. We do see 7 Fate also from Bill. This could signify a number of things. 6 Send Home effects would be very strong right now.
Yeah. I think we see this a lot from the good Lion players. They bank a ton of Fate until they really want to spend it.
Well, basically until they get a flop they like, right? Like, if you have the board to fight the opposing board without having to play characters, then you're not forced into playing suboptimal characters. So we see Wydwen defend with Yunako. Assassinates the Berserker. I don't think you're that upset if you're Bill, mostly because the Berserker had no Fate. This does turn on the Scorpion Stronghold.
So that Katana means that the flip won't stop the bow.
Correct. We're gonna need a... So Wydwen doesn't play his own katanas, he only has 2 more bonsais available to him to get Yunako out of range.
Yunako, also a 2 glory character, doesn't benefit a lot from calling in favors.
Agreed. Oh, but there's Fate Worse Than Death.
We knew it was gonna come eventually.
Are we gonna
especially off the secret cache.
Are we gonna see a Master of the Spear or any send like Master of the Spear here would be really strong. You can Master the Spear, send Yunako home to get your double keeper.
Yep.
Yep. There
double
it is.
Fate Master.
Now that Fate Worse Than Death has been expended, you are in a much better position to... It's interesting the build shows political favor. It's not bad, but I do like taking military favor sometimes as Lion, mostly because then the bow effects still require a block. Because you're going to be attacking military most of the time, at least. So we see Master of the Spear sends Yunako home. Wydwen doesn't have charge, so we can't see... He does play... Oh, Miramoto's Fury. Okay, so we see Miramoto's Fury. Do we have Ready for Battle? It hasn't come out yet, so... Oh no, he doesn't have Ready for Battle. He's Vengeful Oathkeeper. Does Wydwen have a second Fury? Wydwen passes. Wow. Alright, so... Does Bill go for the break here? He would need... This is another spot where military favor obviously looks better. Yeah, especially the Master of the Spear, right? Imagine if Bill if this was Bill's thing, like he just wants to win. Imagine if he has military favor here, right? You send Yunako home, and then Fury doesn't even stop anything. But we do see double keeper. I think you dishonor Heroi here. Oh, he honors his other brawler. That works. I guess with the Illusionist on the other side of the table, it's not as relevant. Art of War. Bill wants to see Art of War hit right here.
Pilgrimage would be fine too.
Agreed. It's unlikely that Wydwen has... Oh, Art of War. Alright.
So this is the Earth Ring, but he doesn't defend.
Yeah, you don't defend here. The Earth Ring kind of puts a dent into it, but you definitely just want us to draw the cards here. So Bill discards Lyco at random. That's a really good hit. Like, Lycos are completely dead in this matchup. There's only 3 fans. Wydwen doesn't have calling in favors, by the way. Wydwen only has 2 pieces of attachment control. He's on 2 Let Go, 3 Fury.
That's a great point.
He's really
Uh,
teched. He's really teched for the non-dragon matchups. I think he feels like he can control that matchup without those cards.
do we see the court games?
Yeah, if Bill has the court games here, it'd be really strong. Nope, Bill just takes the airing, adding. So, is he gonna take one honor for here? Nope, Bill gains two. So I think he's just gonna keep honor, like just keep the pool high. So Bill's gonna get first player again with an honored brawler.
The one thing going Wydwen's way is 3 cards in hand, and he did manage to get rid of that first Spirit
Oh,
Caller.
we see a Toturi staging ground. So probably gonna see the guard and the palace get put out, and so you can flip it with staging ground. Wydwen does not have Cloud the Mind, which is a card that's really important against the Lion 3
So
dress.
Bill elects to just pass, which I think is totally fine.
I'm assuming Bill already has the charge. He probably already has the charge, or he's just gonna fish for it.
Yeah, I think he intends to draw heavily this turn, and he can still pop the storehouse and use the staging ground in the dynasty or draw phase.
Yeah. So we see Nice 2 Fate, Illusionist 1 Fate. So Wydwen's really low on Fate here, whereas Bill is at 8 Fate. We saw the opposite scenario there. We saw Lion buy a 1-drop and then pass. So
Wydwen is putting the switch pressure on.
Yeah, but he's already behind, right? Like it's tough to do that.
Yeah, it's very difficult. He's down on cards now, and I think the momentum on the board is in his.
Well, so being down on cards isn't that big of a deal. It depends on like Bill could have drawn let goes and stuff like as some of his cards. Wydwen having favored Nice, he gets to cycle these dead cards. Cycles both censures.
Yeah, I think in this situation that's justified.
Also, as you get more cards in hand, the number of cards difference is less relevant. The difference between, let's say, 8 and 2 cards is way different than the difference between 16 and 10 cards. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So it hits Shameful Display, really awkward with these two glory characters being thrown in. Probably is gonna honor the Niece if I had to guess, because she becomes a 4/4.
Yes, but the niece will get bowed.
No. The Niece will get bowed after the Stronghold activation, so Wydwen has an opportunity to do something.
Sure. Which would have to pretty much just be Bonsai to prevent the bow, I would imagine.
Yeah. You could also move. You could also honor, dishonor, and then once Bill uses Stronghold, you can move the Niece home with the favorable ground, and then pull somebody else in with Hero Away, and just suffer the break. It's also going to be really tough for Wydwen to dishonor Bill, with Bill having Before the Throne as one of his provinces.
Wave the Lion on LPB.
Okay.
Is that premature?
No. Maybe he just wants to guarantee the break, but with this favorable ground, maybe I Stronghold first. I think I Stronghold first. The Lion Stronghold being only usable in one of their conflicts.
Okay, yeah, this makes sense. So doing the Way of the Lion first means you get the tempo to bow before they can resolve 2 effects. So that makes some sense.
No, it's the same as if he had... Oh, no, right. Stronghold puts her up to 2. Yeah. Because if you Stronghold and you wave the Scorpions, then you get for shamed.
Right, it just puts you under the 4, right? From the favorite
Yeah,
niece.
if you Stronghold just to exactly 4, it gives your opponent an opportunity to basically play a card, and if that card messes your stats. So we see for shame. Are we going to see a Ready for Battle? Bill's playing Ready for Battle, right? Some of the line lists were not.
It'd be crazy not to.
Oh yeah, he's only playing 2 because he's Bill.
You have to make room for those 1 of somewhere.
Look, I understand that, but in the world of Miyamoto's Fury, and for shame, I think cutting Ready for Battle is insane. I think that is one of the cards that gives Lions such an advantage over other clans, is that Ready for Battle is
Oh,
so
we see
strong.
the other Master of the Spear come down with 2 fate.
This made sense because Bill had um so much fate. It is kind of awkward though because Wydwen will just send the bowed niece home.
The question is he using it for the ability or just for stats? I think he's expecting to not necessarily be able to resolve the charge.
So I think maybe you go for the charge first and then play your Master of the Spear. Shameful Display is breaking, by the way, because Hero A doesn't have any military strength. Oh, we see a Dishonor effect come out from Wydwen. Are we gonna? So Wydwen has 3 Way of the Scorpions and 3 for Shame, so it is not unlikely for him to have 2 of each.
Right, we've seen 2 Way of the Scorpions, we have not seen the second for Shame yet.
Maybe this is just all a ploy, and with all these cards being expended, Bill can
I
just
think
play
Bill
charge.
is trying to get the maximum number of cards played in this conflict. He hasn't even used his storehouse yet.
Yeah. And then Bill can just charge the Shituri. Wydwen plays Bonsai on Hero A, so Wydwen only has 1 Bonsai left. Imagine if Bill had had an Ageless Crone in this conflict. Bill plays Bonsai and Master of the Spear. Right, like if you just had played Ageless Crone and just let Wydwen bleed his fate.
Yeah, that would be terrifying. Bill is doing some really high-level play here in that he's just dangling the charge over Wydwen's head. He's like, do I have it? Do I not have it? I'm going to play all these cards, I'm going to be breaking, and I'm not even going to show you the charge.
It doesn't matter though, right? Like you just always save the Edict for the charge, so it doesn't actually matter that you're dangling the charge. Like the way Wydwen's been playing this, he's just been using other cards to deal with like. Okay, so, well now we're gonna see if he has the charge. He does have the charge.
He has the charge and the crone. The crone might have been good.
Route, stand your ground. Oh, he's a route too. So those let goes are really awkward. So like I said, Bill's hand is big, but he is actually just down 2 cards right now. So he actually has an 8. Oh yeah, 10 points that you save Edict for Greater Glory. That's very true. But currently he doesn't have for Greater Glory, so we're just looking at a charge play here. Moves the other Master of the Spear into the conflict. I think Wydwen's just giving up the conflict now. This is the Void Ring. I think Bill does want to double resolve this ring. Yeah, and so we see the charge on Toturi. Now that Wydwen knows that the way is clear, he just pulls Hero A out, and he's just gonna take this break.
Yeah, very well played.
Bill is very close to being dishonored, actually. He's at 3. Sends niece home just for the unopposed. This is really dangerous.
Yeah, I think that so currently on board he's not gaining or losing fate at the end of a round. But we could potentially see well, we're almost certainly going to see an air come out of Wydwen.
You could just do air and fire.
Yeah.
Before the throne. Bill wants to see before the throne hit. If this is before the throne, you can just block and put a fan on Yoga Hiroi. Yep, before the throne.
Yeah, that's nice.
I defend and I put a fan on my opponent's character.
Yeah, you've cleared the fade off of Hiroi. Hiroi's used the ability already.
Yep.
You can just defend with a keeper and throw out the fan.
Yep, I take the break and I take the honor swap. I need that so badly right now, because if you lose air ring, you go to 2. You lose fire ring, you go to let's see,
firing puts you down to 1 because of your 1 honor character, and then you're at 1 with a dishonor character with 1.
And on second player.
Oh, Bill has political favor. Yeah, I just realized that. Bill doesn't defend and takes and fans. Oh, this is.
Ooh, there goes the second let go on the fan.
But
and
Bill has
another
a second fan? Bill drew a second fan off of that storehouse? Is that really what we're seeing here? That's so lucky.
Sometimes that's L5R, man.
Yeah, oh, Bill should play me. Yeah, Wydwen says, lol, because
Does he play the crone?
you have to play the crone, right? Like, I would play crone.
Yeah.
I would absolutely play crone here. I would play crone first action, actually, and then when you put the... No, crone doesn't work. You have political favor.
Ah, excellent. Excellent point.
Yeah, political favor is actually kind of screwing him here. If he had had military favor, he could have just defended this and not lost. So this is only going to be +1 honor in the long run, as opposed to +2 if he had been able to defend. So Bill's going to end this turn. Bill could do fire here. Bill could do a
Bill's
fire
definitely
attack.
going to throw out the fire.
You just throw it at meditation, or you throw it at the face down province, which I think is rally. No, Sandy, Wydwen does not play calling in favors. Wydwen only has 2 let goes as attachment control, and he's played them both. So Bill's attachments are currently safe. But he's sending both characters. Oh, it's gonna be water. Political water. But he can't, I don't think he can win. This is, sending both characters is insane. Contesting
Okay.
fire?
So it is rally. We know they're not going to flip.
Why is he sending both characters?
I'm trying to look into his hand to understand that myself.
You just send one. You just send one. Meek Informant can't make a conflict declaration, and then Soci Illusionist is blocked by your other keeper.
Yeah, and this isn't... Well, he did draw out both blocks.
Okay, well, I'm in.
What do we not understand about why both... why attack with both and why defend with both?
So Wydwen can just move the... Play a move home effect on the Meek Informant, which will then let him resolve the firing to gain 1 more honor. Oh, no, he doesn't even have to. He just plays the crone. Crone 1 fate in the conflict.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna see fire on Tuturian stand your ground, huh?
Oh, yeah! That's sick, right? Because he has stand your ground?
Yep.
No, it doesn't work. There's Soci Illusionist in play.
Ah, yeah. Fair.
You just move Brawler. You move Brawler from Dishonor to neutral status.
Yeah.
And then the Illusionist probably picks the honor token up off of. So we see a fan. Oh, there's a second fan. Bill has 2 let goes though. Bill's just gonna play the second let go.
He should.
Wait, Bill passes. He has 2 let goes, right? I'm not blind.
Let me look up. I think maybe he only had 1.
Nope. Let go.
Let go, yeah.
And he... Oh, 1 got discarded by the Earthring, maybe?
Yeah, I see 2 in his bin.
Yeah.
Okay, so they played that correctly.
So, Wydwen uses his Illusionist to remove the honored status from the Moaka Kabe guard. So, Bill goes down to 2 honor. Oh. Look, Tenor, no one plays this Ageless Crone card. I never have to deal with it. I always forget that it has a both-sided effect. Yeah, he couldn't play the other let go, even if he had it because of the Ageless Crone. I actually think he got discarded because unless Bill just drew all 3, which is incredibly unlucky.
Strong flops from both players, but both players dealing with only 7 fate.
Tenorm says he's drawn all 3. Alright, that's incredibly unlucky then. Now we see Blackmail Artist show up here with this Dishonor. I think Bill's dead.
Yeah, Bill feels dead adjacent right now. for sure.
I think Bill just played a little too fast and loose with his honor. Yeah, this setup here screams ambush to me. If you ambush Shoju and Liar, there's just no way.
That's a pretty good ambush.
So we see the let go pre-conflict, so it's not blocked by the crone. We're just gonna see everyone political attacking the Feast or Famine. Political air, Feast or Famine. You're gonna ambush Shoju and the Liar. And that should be all she wrote.
Yeah, surely if we see that line, then yeah, I'd say it's very, very likely that even if Bill can defend the 10 skill on board, that he won't defend the 10 skill coming in off the board.
And the Shoujo activation that kills both the Master of the Spear and the Ageless Crone right off the bat. Like you just like Wydwen plays ambush, puts Crone or puts Shoujo in, kills the Crone, and then his other actions are unlocked.
Yeah, so he's definitely forcing the all-in defense with this line, and even as a favorable ground if somehow the attack doesn't work.
Yeah, the artist flip was obviously pretty insane. Yep. And that's it. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bill doesn't even have enough strength on board to stop it.
Yeah, that's not really that surprising.
And we see just a really quick dishonor swap from Wydwen, and Bill didn't respect it. Maybe. So, the turn he bid 5, what was his honor total? He went down to 4, I think. Yeah, he went down to 4 if I remember correctly. So
yeah, he was at 8 or 9, and then he bid 5 to 1, and then yeah.
He had a dishonor character already in play. Maybe you were supposed to bid 4 in that position if you want to draw cards.
Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing like that.
Yeah, Bill's calling it himself. Nicely done. The dishonor source. The 5 bid was too greedy. Yeah, I think you're supposed to, because you don't have a coma prodigy. You're supposed to, I think, bid 4 or 3 there. Bill's also playing 2 assassinations, so it just like blanks a lot of your potential draws anyway. So
yeah, we knew he drew 3 let goes, which are not what he was looking for in this game.
I mean, I don't think you can complain too much about his draw. I think his draw was still quite good, especially with his turn 1 flop and like his turn 1 and his turn 3 were both went insanely into his favor.
Yeah, I would like to see what the 4 remaining cards are. Fate Worse Than Death, I Can Swim, Court Games, and Forged Edict.
So Wydwen's hand is still loaded. So he actually didn't have the ambush, but Bill had no way to buff this board. Like, even if he did, he would have to buff it up by 4. Alright, well that's gonna do it for this match here. And that was just a nice quick game. I gotta thank the players for playing quick. I can go about the rest of my day now. Thanks again for everyone for tuning in. Just take a quick look at the bracket here. Let me go ahead and edit this bracket. I have the power to edit the bracket now. Alright, and so... Oops. Let's just refresh this. So, in the first match, we have Tenerum versus JD Sauce. Tenerum has had to play Scorpion twice, I think? 3 times. This will be his 3rd Scorpion matchup. So he beat 4Dream and QQ, and now he's going to play JD Sauce. I actually have had 3 different matchups. No, I'm sorry. This will be my 2nd Lion matchup. So I've had 3 different matchups, but now I'm facing a 2nd one. And then we have another Scorpion mirror between Noman and Chris, Sir Largeness. And then... Oh, this didn't refresh properly. And then in the final match, we have Wydwen versus Shiba Inu, Phoenix versus Scorpion.
Yeah, so we do see that 4 clans have made it to the top 8. Got Lion, Dragon, Phoenix, and Scorpion. Lion being the only non-Scorpion clan to get 2 into that top 8.
Yeah. And out of 4 dragons, I am the last one remaining.
Interestingly, you could have a lion. Well, you can't have lion anymore.
I could have lion. I could have lion. I could have. Oh yeah, I can't have lion. So I could have lion, scorpion. I could have scorpion. Right? No, I'm sorry. I could have lion, scorpion. I could have lion, scorpion. I could have lion, phoenix, or lion, scorpion, phoenix. What lion, scorpion, phoenix would be pretty hype.
Yeah, that would be maximum diversity.
Yeah, I would have played against 2 lions, 2 scorpions, a phoenix, a dragon. That would be pretty good. I guess I still gotta win, so I mean, there's always that.
I suppose we should be happy that there's only 1 Scorpion mirror in the top 8. I think there's still plenty of game left. The decks that made it to the top 8, there's a lot of variety. And yeah, it should still be fun for the next... I believe the semifinals and finals are scheduled for next weekend.
Yes, the 24th at 9. I'm not 100% sure I'll actually even be able to play my semifinals match. I have a prior engagement. I'm going to be doing a charity Magic tournament for one of my friends who passed away. They passed away last year, so we have this memorial tournament every year. So I might be doing, like, I'm going to be doing that, but it's on Sunday. But I might have stuff to do for prep on Saturday. So we'll see.
Sure. Sure. Well, best of luck in your top 8
Yeah, I'm definitely
match.
gonna play against Goblin Guide, right? Like, I definitely want to play my top 8 match. But if I make the top 4, I might. If I make the top 4 and I know I can't make it, I might just concede after the match is over, and let Goblin Guide have his run if he wants to keep going. If I win, right? Like, I could definitely just lose. I would also be okay if I get outplayed. That's totally fine with me. But we'll see. I might be able to cast in the morning. I don't know. I don't think I'll be free that day. We'll see. I will let everyone know, and good luck to everybody. Thanks again, Luke, for casting, and congratulations to Wydwen for top 8 again. Maybe he's gonna go for the repeat.
We'll have to wait and see. Thanks for having me.